Hey, ball.
Me?
Yeah, just behind the.
Oh, you got a pan?
Yeah.
He's got a pan. You got it. Alright, so we started working on a new video, which I actually made one of my primary objectives. Lately, I really worked on it, and it's a quick action sequence where we want to really up the effects and make sure that they're all down nicely, and that we don't cut any corners, and all the smoke effects are there and all the sound effects are there. The 3 steps of editing that I took was, 1, I took all the footage and I cut it to how the video is going to play out. 2 is I saved that footage as the video and I added the special effects. And 3 is I took that and then I added the sound to it. So here's how I worked it and what programs I used. Hopefully, it's a little bright, but hopefully you can see. So I used Corel, which is about $70. It's basic, but you can use it for advanced stuff. There's the chroma key in it. You can use that. So basically here, I took all the footage we have and I put in the timeline. We recorded a sample sound of just the environment for a whole 2 minutes, and wherever I had to cut the audio out, I would place it in. So that's the one clip right here is the extra audio we put in when I had to mute us talking, because here's some footage of us talking. It's pretty funny. This is how we made sure we know when the bullets are flying by. Go! Bang! Go! Bang, 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 bang. Here is the moment where I'm shooting just randomly, and for the part where the magazine clip flies back, we didn't have the guns that had the clip flying back, so basically I took a still shot of this and I cut out the pistol cock going back, and then I would put it in for 3 frames. The first frame would be sliding a tiny bit back, the second frame would be more, and the third frame would be sliding it back in. So we did that a bunch of times for all these different shootings. When I shot through the wall. Then for the final kill, here we have Ian jumping up and shooting a basic muzzle flash technique, and we also added smoke and blood coming from my head up. Here's a head-on position where it's a simple muzzle flash with smoke. Here is a little more difficult. We had to track it, apply it to the null, parent the blood to the null, make a mask around my head, so that it wouldn't go on my head. Here, a little bit harder, but not too hard. We found a random free blood splatter effect on the internet, which was only as big as my head. So we placed it there. We tracked it, of course, so we parented to the null so it'd stay there. And then as I slid, I created a mask around my head, so I'm going to go over my head, and I would use the liquefy effect, and I would just drag it down where my head is. So I went to the first frame, pasted there, went to the last frame where I'm sitting down, and I would just drag as much as I can all the way down, and then if you apply a stopwatch, of course, it will gradually drag down as my head is dragging down. That wasn't that hard, and that's the end. So the next step, after we put the video together and then we added the effects, was the audio. And I could do this in Corel, but the best format to output I found in After Effects would be QuickTime, and Corel doesn't like QuickTime, so I would have to convert it to WMV first or a different format. and I had to use Sony for that to convert to WMV because that's really good quality. And I thought that it might as well do the audio. So here's Sony Vegas, and I did the audio. So these are this is the main video with the main audio. This audio was too loud, so I brought it down, and I just brought it down a touch. Hear all the different sound effects. Audio coming up. So for the audio for the gun, since we're using the same gun, it's about a 10mm gun, we used a 10mm sound effect, which I like a lot, and it works really well. And then we found different, all these sounds were, I think, free, and we found some other sound effects of bullets whizzing by or bullets hitting stuff, and we just mixed it up. So you don't want to have the same sounds, you want to have different sounds. The gun sound, it's sometimes okay to have the same sound because if you overlap different stuff, it's okay. So we had the same gun sound a bunch of times, but then we overlapped different hit sounds and different whiz sounds, so that kind of changed it up so you wouldn't really realize it's the exact same thing. We have guns and there's kayakers coming. Oh my gosh, people over there too. Do you see them? Do you see them?
You brush off my back.
They're right there. They're right there.
It's behind the scenes of Ian fixing his little thing. We made this video up. I'm Paul. Let's start from the basics. I'm Paul, director. Here's Will. He's cameraman. And what else did you do? You did some directing, I guess. There's Ian. He's actor, and he held the camera one time for one scene. We'll play back that scene right now so you know it was him holding the camera. Yeah, so now we're just doing that, and we made this up while we were here filming a different video. So it's made up, which we still didn't film actually, and we still gotta film the sound, or not film the sound, record the sound of the ambience, and then we can overlap because we were basically, I'll play back the raw footage. We're going bang, 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 bang. Bang! So here's Ian finishing his lovely drawing. This is actually, I'll show you I'll give you a tour of the place while he finishes the drawing. Alright, so you walk in from, oh, there's the ducks over there. Ducks, alright, so there's a path here and there's like a playground. Well, it's not a playground, sorry, it's the park. And you walk in, you get this long column here, wide up to these columns which were in the movie. On the other side of these columns, you get the box where we put all our shit. So it's on the way, which it probably wasn't the way, but that doesn't matter. You walk over to the river. On the other side, there's the same shit. But there's less space, and there's bike paths going that way, and there's one that goes right there. Alright, so now we're gonna go finish it because they're getting upset at me. We're done. Peach. What's another thing we can say? What do you say when done in Dutch?
Klaar.
Klaar?
Finished.
Klaar?
Klaar. Yep.
Klaar.
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 Still recording.
Klaar. Klaar.
Klaar.
Klaar. Klaar. Klaar. In Polish? Skończowe. Ja jestem skończony. We są